your people. What I know is like you need your people, right, to survive. Like we strive for connection. We want to feel seen and loved, and if you don't have that in your life, it's quite sad. I feel like it can be quite lonely. I don't think life is meant to be lived alone at all. But it is easy in an expat life to get lost in shallowness, maybe.
Exactly.
It's an easy thing to get lost in there because you go from one coffee morning to a lunch and if you don't pay attention, this becomes your life, and it's about the next moment and being with people that maybe sometimes you don't really know and that don't always bring value to your life.
When I was expat here in Sweden or in India, there was no work from home. It was always working in the office.
Yeah.
And now it started in Belgium, let's say, before COVID already. But I'm not saying that was in exceptions, but it was more like for some family. It was not really like working from home, but rather like, okay, working 80%. Some were working, let's say, having the Wednesday off, or typically in Belgium there's no school Wednesday afternoon.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
some parents had then the Wednesday or the Wednesday afternoon off. But really working from home was not yet there. Whereas in Sweden, people were then in the evening logging on from home. That was not a problem.
Yeah.
So, but as an expat also, when you come to India, if your company has a work from home culture, you also do that. I think it has definitely its advantages to have that one day, let's say 1 day, maximum 2 days working from home. It can help.
Yeah.
In Belgium, we have lots of traffic. If you live around Antwerp, you can easily, even if it's 10 kilometers, 1 hour in the car. In India, it's always traffic. So for me, in the morning, 1 hour and a half coming back, up to 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. If you have then one day that you can work from home, you start a bit earlier, I think it really helps. And then sometimes your kid is at home, holidays or sick, and the wife or the partner needs to go somewhere, then you say, okay, I work from home, not a problem. I think that's a good evolvement.
Sure.
Evolvement of it.
For sure. I'm happy with that.
Yes,
That you said.
I agree.
It is an opportunity, right? Being an expat is an opportunity, and I guess some would say almost a privilege.
Yeah.
And it is a choice we make when we say yes,
That's true.
right? But I do think that when you initially make that jump, it's not necessarily clear how hard it will be for the spouse when you don't realize you actually have to give up so much as far as your career and what you had thought you were going to do with your life. And then once you start realizing what your future could be from being away from it for so long, then it can be a little scary.
But there are no strategies because I'm evolving, they are evolving. You just have to follow your heart. And I say it, we all have become citizens of the world. We are not citizens of Belgium anymore. We are citizens of the world, and it brightens their world, and their look on life is totally different. They're like, my children, they don't see skin color. They don't see religion. They see if you're happy or if you're unhappy. That's what matters to them. Not what's your skin color, or not what religion you are, or what country you're from. For them, everything is the same. They will embrace everybody. We are not different parents, but we are different.
Really different, yeah.
I say it's in the blood, the anxiety or the desire to be an expat, it's in your blood, It's like some people, we call it, in Belgium we say, some people, they just love to live around the church. They go to work from 9 to 5, they do their grocery shopping every Saturday, they will eat spaghetti on Monday, on Tuesday they will eat lasagna, on Wednesday they will eat french fries, and everything is well organized in their life, and they love their life. But this would make me, and especially my husband, also very unhappy. There needs to be some chaos in our life, I think last year I did a couple of cooking classes in Thailand as well. You know, my husband, he knows it. We booked the tickets, and the next thing I will look for is a cooking class. And then the schedule is made around the cooking class. And then also, like, we went last year for Easter, we were in Bali. I did even 2 cooking classes. I did one on Bali, on the island itself, and then we went to Gili Island. I did another cooking class over there. So yeah.
You're quite an active member in philanthropy, like you support.
I'm a sponsor of an NGO. The name is Link Humanitaire, and it's
Okay.
based in France. So now the story around that is my first travel outside of in France with a plane. My first,
Trip, yeah? Overseas.
overseas trip. So what I was looking for was like in close to Togo, Burkina Faso. And that, I was like 17 years old, and I was visiting a family where the lady started a little place like for the babies, to take care of the babies.
Okay.
But at 17 years old, I went to visit these missions. I discovered what it is to care about other people.
Yeah.
But it didn't mean that then from this trip I came back and I was a new person. Actually, I was not. I mean, I learned things. As I said at the beginning, you take pictures.
Just you.
But then I have my life, and I think, I don't know if it's related only to expat people. I think it's a lot to expat, but not only. But everybody is looking for happiness, and is looking for feeding himself with things and have a sense of realization and everything. But there is a pivot in life, and it can come very early if you have a lot of wisdom, which was not my case. It came later on.
Week I asked to them for the European election, so you can call them and ask them things to. Yes, you can, but you have to register in the election list. But you have to go to Mumbai to vote. And us, we didn't do that. Actually, we are still registered in France for election list. And we make a proxy vote with a friend there. So it's more practical for us because we don't have to go to Mumbai to vote. So. Yes, and the consulate organized a permanence in Pune for validation. It's a proxy, so it's very practical.
Thank you, Sabiya, for the nice introduction. Yes, I came to Pune 12 years ago, and a lot has happened since then. I was planning to stay only for a few months to experience the culture and just get the feeling, and from 6 months became 12 years. I was not always entrepreneur, but I always felt and sensed I have to do something, and try, and I never really had the courage to start. Till 2 years ago, when I decided, okay, let's not be employed anymore, and let's try how it feels when you do something, that is yours. So I came to India. I was employed. I was working with manufacturing unit. I was leading the company. Started the company for German colleagues or owners. It was family-owned company, and very good experience. I was with them for 7 years, where I gained good experience about manufacturing, product industry, and all the licensing and everything what you have to do for a manufacturing unit in India. And later on, I decided to start my own consulting company, where I help European companies when they come to India. I help them to establish their company or connect them with right people and explain how all the services work, what always to be done for one entity in order to work legally and all smoothly and everything else. And I thought it's not enough. I was like, I have to also do something which fulfills me inside, which is my passion project. And I started my fitness studio. More or less in the same time, which, when you see it afterwards, maybe it was not the greatest idea, because running 2 businesses which are completely different from each other can be hard all the time. The mentality here is really, people would always prefer to spend for alcohol, for fast food, rather than invest into their bodies and feel better, right? Because you have immediate result after consuming or eating something, right? But you do not have immediate result after working out. The immediate result what you get after working out is only the feeling, the emotions, right? The oh my god, the rush in your head. I feel so good. I have managed this workout. But that's the only thing which you get. If people come, you don't get immediately, physical change. That's not happening, right? After one workout. So yes, you get the immediate change or feeling will be the emotions, how you feel about yourself, right? But not the physical. And when you eat and drink, you feel happy. You don't have to do much for it, right? You feel the same happy as you feel with physical workout, with fitness, or sports or whatever you do. But then you have to put more effort than just by eating or drinking.
Hi, this is Sabiya Withoeck bringing a heartfelt holiday greeting from the team of Rooted and Routed podcast. What a journey these past 6 months have been. From rediscovering my roots while traveling the routes to recognizing the common thread that unites us all despite our differences. This experience has been transformative for me. So thank you to every listener, every guest, and every supporter who have joined me on this journey. Thank you so much for that. And let's continue to share stories, new routes, and stay rooted in what truly matters. Wishing you a joyous Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the Rooted and Routed podcast. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And don't forget, very important, support this channel, like and subscribe, bottom left-hand corner. See you next time. Ciao.